Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's a warm one. I'm KNWA Chief Meteorologist Dan Skoff, and I wanted to give you an update on the potential for a white Christmas. It appears that a white Christmas in northwest Arkansas, and especially the River Valley, is looking more like a dream than a reality. Yeah, that weather system is still going to affect our area, but the winter weather appears to be in southeastern Kansas and west central Missouri. Kansas City is going to get blasted with lots of snow. So if you have any travel plans north on Saturday, you might want to check the latest because do expect heavy snowfall accumulation Saturday into Sunday. Let's talk about what's happening around here. First of all, the probability of a white Christmas, according to NOAA, is about 5 to 10% over northwest Arkansas. It's even less than that, 5% in the River Valley. Obviously, last year, 2012, the River Valley did see a white Christmas, whereas northwest Arkansas just barely missed on the snow to the north. And I don't think we're going to see a white Christmas this year. It's becoming a little more clear that these systems are trending warmer. They have been for the last several days, and the track of the system will not be favorable for winter weather across northwest Arkansas. Enough where snow will stick around for Christmas. Now, we could still see some wraparound precipitation on Sunday with some light snow, but accumulations will not be enough to last all the way through Wednesday morning. Temperatures right now, though, at the time of this recording are warm in the mid-50s. We have middle to upper 50s across the area in Benton County, and the winds are stout. Look at the sustained wind at 25 miles an hour in Rogers. Now, on the satellite and radar, you can see a lot of cloud cover, even some precipitation on the west coast in Nevada as well as California and Utah. This is the beginning of one of the two weather systems that's moving in. Now, we're going to look at these systems on water vapor, and you can see one low-pressure system that's west of Los Angeles, west of the west coast, and it's starting to be absorbed by a much larger, stronger low-pressure system that is off to the north. So this low is going to disappear, and the second low that is moving into the Pacific Northwest is going to get even bigger and stronger, and this is the system that's going to affect us over the weekend in a way that you might be surprised. So as we look at the water vapor, you can see lots of cloud cover moving in. We are expecting abundant high clouds. Will be well above freezing tonight, but the cold front is not very far away. Now the cold front has entered all the way into central Nebraska as well as southern sections of Wyoming, and this cold front is not as stout as the one that moved through 2 weeks ago to this day, as a matter of fact. On that Wednesday night into Thursday morning, which was December 4th, and then we had the following 2 days with winter weather, December 5th and 6th. This cold front is not as strong, and it is a little more shallow, meaning it's lower to the ground. We're talking about less than 1,400 feet above the ground. That's how deep the cold air is. So it's a shallow cold air mass, and it's not quite as strong as the one that moved through 2 weeks ago. Satellite and radar showing that we do have a cloud cover that's continuing to build in, a sign that you have an upper level weather system and jet stream energy moving in. And as we check it out on the future track, we got some interesting things happening. As we take away the time on Thursday morning, we could see a few little precipitation areas, including some very light sprinkles as some extra cloud cover builds in. Now on Friday morning, you might remember yesterday that front was pushing all the way south into the River Valley. Well, now the RPM and including all the other computer models have backed off on their tune with that cold air making it all the way into the River Valley. Instead, it stalls out over the Ozarks, and the cold push isn't as pronounced. Now, what's interesting is what's going to happen on this future track is you're going to see some really strong south winds. This is going to pump in abundant moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that is going to make us very saturated. Watch as we tick away the time on Friday morning into the afternoon. You can see the precipitation moving in, and then Friday night, there may be a brief window, a very brief window, the potential for a little bit of freezing rain. That's Friday late night, but what happens over time with that system, as you'll see, is this precipitation area that's frozen will shift northward as strong south winds begin to overtake this system. Now on Saturday morning, we're talking about copious amounts of rainfall, 2 to 3 inches, and with some higher amounts up to 4 inches. So we're about to catch up on our year's worth of rainfall, and we're actually quite a bit down. We're about 2 3/4 of an inch below where we should be for the year in Fayetteville, and a little bit above for the year, about 3/4 of an inch above in Fayetteville. And what happens on Saturday morning is that warm air begins to overtake the front, it pushes that cold front northward, and a warm front is going to set up pretty much right across central and north central Arkansas into western Arkansas, and then we'll have a trailing cold front that will be behind that, and as that moves in, it will have a low pressure system organized with it as well. Anywhere in the vicinity of what we call the warm sector, in between the cold front and warm front, there is the potential for severe weather. So that is something that we're watching, and you can see the future track even shows that potential, located right over the river valley as well as parts of northwest Arkansas, especially southern section of northwest Arkansas. So you might be surprised at this, but we went from a winter weather threat with the cold air not making it in. It's changing to a severe weather threat. This is going to be the type of system that could bring tornadoes in southern sections of the warmer air, and farther north, about 200 miles away, we're talking about the potential for heavy snow. And that heavy snow accumulation would be across central and eastern Kansas as well as western sections of Missouri. So if you are traveling to Joplin, be aware that snow could take place, especially Saturday night into Sunday. But that is exactly what we are looking at, and the threats for these storms will be tornadoes. The wind shear is tremendous. Instability will be there, damaging winds, and flash flooding. Flash flooding will be a threat everywhere as heavy rain looks to develop. So obviously it's becoming a little more clear that we have a major weather system that's coming in over the weekend. Some of you may be doing some traveling. Flights will probably be delayed out of XNA on Saturday afternoon as heavy rain and thunderstorms and also severe weather in the river valley, including the potential for rotating storms and tornadoes. That's one of the computer model scenario. And on Saturday night into Sunday, when the system starts to lift northeast, we could get barely clipped by what we call wraparound precipitation, which could bring us a little bit of light snow. We're talking about a dusting at this point, unless the system tracks a little bit farther south. So that's the very latest here. Obviously, all eyes will be on this system on the west coast, and regardless if we see the winter weather or not, we are going to have lots of precipitation, and some of that could bring some flash flooding as well as some severe weather. So, of course, keep it here with your Northwest Arkansas Weather Authority, and we'll give you the latest.